All right, Landon and Ben. I bought these two 450 Dukes. And these are yours. Well, you're gonna get all my stuff, but what I don't give away and trade, you guys will end up with it. So, thought I'd show you a little trap prep. First thing, these are going to be land traps, so I'm going to put a spring on the chain. So how that works, you got to take this spring and you take these T bars and you slide it through on that side, and then you do it on, slide it through on the other side. So you got them hooks, those holes there, and that's what compresses, keeps them from pulling so hard. So then you just got to open up your J hook, open that up a little bit, and take that chain off, and then just put that J hook right through that one of those holes. And you squeeze it back together. That's that side. So then you're going to have to add this other chain back on, so you're going to have another crunch pierce swivel. So you take that like that, get it through, put it on there, put it through the hole, get your pliers on it, close that J hook, you want to squeeze it all the way down. Alright, got that new swivel on, take you another hook, put it on that crunch proof swivel, and then add your chain. Now, squeeze that down until it touches. Now you've got your J.C. Connor shock spring in there, and that makes that a good trap. It's a 450, so you don't have to have an offset on it. This would be good. It's going to be good for fox and coon, water trapping a lot. But I put these on there just in case we did the dirt, and I'll do this other one too. So and we'll see how they work. I've not ever used a 450, but look like a 1.5 to me. But they just got the cast iron jaws. They're center swiveled, so they'd be good for land trapping. The only other BP you'd have is this offset, and they are not offset, so, but they don't legally have to be, so it's a good trap. But that's an offset. That's a Bridger 1 3/4, which is probably about the same size, maybe a little bigger than this 450. I've not opened the jaws up and measured. But this one has a lamination, it's offset, it's center swiveled, and I would put a shock spring on. I'm going to put a shock spring on it too. I had one on it and changed it out, but I'll put one back on it. So as far as trap prep goes, we'll put it in some soapy Dawn dish soap water, and I'll get the grease off it after I get them all set up. And really, the only thing other than I'm not going to paint them or dye them, so the only thing else I'll put them in is some Full Metal Jacket. And that's all I'll do to them this year. till next year, and then I'll dye them next year or paint them. I like painting. But that's all we do on the trap prep. So we'll talk to you later. So the next part of the trap prep, got this old one. It was used last year and had a catch in it, so I need to wash it too. And we got all of our JC Connor springs on. Now the next part, all we're going to do is you want some Dawn dish soap. And just sprinkle it on those traps real good. That'll take that machine grease off those new traps, clean them up. So we'll let them soak in there. We'll scrub them a little bit. Get this one cleaned up too. We'll let them soak for a little bit. Clean them up. You gotta get the grease off. And that's our next step for the trap prep. So now all we got to do is I've got this full metal jacket I've got in a tray that I keep. All we got to do to our traps now is just dip them in that full metal jacket. And this will seal them. And basically it's like waxing them. But you put that in there. Just dip them down in there, get everything all dipped up, and that'll seal it in. Now after we're done with these, we don't want to touch them. We'll put them in our storage, which I've got some pine in there and some natural smelling stuff. And that's all we'll do to the new traps. We won't dye them or paint them. We're just gonna put them in this full metal jacket, seal them up for this season, and then next season we can dye and wax them. But that's what I'm doing with your new traps there, Ben and Landon. Your new 450s. I'm gonna borrow them this year. So I've got this older trap that had a catch on it. Needed to clean, so I got it all cleaned up, putting it in full metal jacket, and that's all there is to it. You don't have to do any more. I'm gonna let them sit there for a minute, and then we'll put them in with our other coyote fox traps, and that's it. That's all you have to do for the trap prep on a brand new trap. Alright, now this is storing your traps. So we got them all cleaned up and throwing them in with these other traps that I got some pine on. Took some pine limbs and threw it in there, and that's how we store them. And we won't touch them anymore. Keep our hands off them, because you don't want to put your scent on them. And then we'll just lock it up and let that pine smell kind of leach in on them. So that's how you store them.